Have you been brushing your teeth the exact same way since you were a child? The same motion, the same time of day, the same little routine your mother drilled into you at the bathroom sink 60 or 70 years ago. Quietly certain that after all this time you must be doing it right. Most people are. And most people would be shocked to learn that a handful of the most ordinary, responsible feeling things they do every single day, the very habits that feel like good dental care, are slowly wearing their teeth down. What if I told you that some of these are not junk food mistakes or lazy mistakes, but careful person mistakes, the kind that only catch the people who are actually trying? Now, you might be thinking, but harder and more has to be better, right, Dr. Hale? Cleaner is cleaner. That one, I am sorry to say, is exactly backwards, and it is the single most common mistake I have seen in 30 years. I am Dr. Warren Hale, your neighborhood dentist, and after 30 years chairside, I could spot these 7 habits on a person from clear across the room before they ever opened their mouth. So drop the shame at the door. Nobody ever taught you the right way, because the right way is quiet and cheap and nobody profits from it. Grab a pen, because today I am going to lay out the 7 normal things you very likely do that are secretly working against your teeth, and the simple, free fix for each one. One quick and honest word before we begin. I am here to teach, not to diagnose you. I am not your dentist, and nothing in this video replaces a real exam by someone who can look inside your mouth. If a tooth is aching, loose, or changing, please see your own dentist. Good? Then let us get into it. Let me give you the one idea underneath all 7, because it will make sense of the whole list. Your teeth are not usually destroyed in a single dramatic moment. They are worn down quietly by small things repeated thousands of times, day after day, year after year. A habit that seems harmless in one morning becomes a real problem across 10,000 mornings. And here is the honest, freeing part. That means the fixes are small too. You do not have to overhaul your life. You have to change a few tiny automatic things and then let the thousands of repetitions work in your favor instead of against you. Hold that and let us go. So let me not keep you waiting, because the very first habit is one almost everybody has, and it undoes half the good you do at the sink. Rinsing your mouth out with water right after you brush. You brush faithfully, and then you scoop up a handful of water or reach for the cup and swish and spit until your mouth feels clean and fresh. It feels like the natural end of the routine. It is a mistake. Here is why. Your toothpaste leaves a thin, concentrated layer of fluoride or of hydroxyapatite right there on the surface of your teeth. And that layer goes on working for a good while afterward, hardening and protecting your enamel. When you rinse it all away with water, you wash off the very thing you just paid for and brushed on. You are pouring the medicine down the drain before it can do its job. Now, I will confess something to you. I rinsed my own mouth out after brushing for years, and I was taught to. We had it backwards, and it took the research a while to set us straight. So here is the fix, and it costs you nothing. After you brush, just spit out the extra paste and stop there. Do not rinse with water. Do not immediately swish a mouthwash either, because that rinses it away just the same. Spit and walk away, and let that thin layer keep protecting you for the next while. That one change, free and instant, is one of the best things in this whole video. Now, the second habit, and it is one you do first thing in the morning without a thought, brushing right after breakfast. You have your orange juice, your coffee, your grapefruit, and then you go and brush your teeth, feeling virtuous about cleaning up after the meal. Here is the trouble. Juice, coffee, fruit, and most breakfast things are acidic, and for about half an hour after that acid hits your teeth, the surface of your enamel is temporarily softened. If you take a brush to it in that softened window, you are not cleaning your teeth so much as scrubbing away the softened surface, wearing your enamel down a little every single morning. So here is the honest fix, and there are 2 good ways to do it. The better one, for most people, is to brush before breakfast, not after. Brush when you wake up, get that protective fluoride on, and then have your breakfast. Or, if you truly prefer to brush after, Then rinse your mouth with plain water when you finish eating and wait a full 30 minutes or so before you brush to let your saliva reharden the surface first. Either way, you stop sanding your own enamel at the breakfast table. Let me stop here a moment, because the third habit is one, people never connect to their teeth at all, and it does some of the worst damage of any of them, clenching and grinding. Now, most folks have heard of grinding your teeth at night in your sleep, and that is real and common. But there is a daytime version that catches even more people, and it is a silent one. It is the clench. When you are concentrating hard, doing the crossword, driving in traffic over and over, all day, without ever noticing they are doing it. And that steady force is brutal on teeth that have already done 60 or 70 years of work. It flattens them down, it can crack them, it wears the biting surfaces smooth, and it wears at the gum line. Here is how to know if this is you. Do your jaw muscles feel tight or sore in the morning or by the end of the day? Do your teeth look flatter and shorter than they used to? Look at the side of your tongue in the mirror, and if you see little scalloped wavy ridges along the edge where it presses against your teeth, that is a classic sign of clenching. The fix starts with simple awareness. Through the day, notice your jaw and let it go soft, teeth apart, lips together. That is the resting position your mouth should be in. And if the signs are there, mention it to your dentist, because a properly fitted night guard can protect your teeth while you sleep. One honest caution though, do not just grab a cheap boil and bite guard off the shelf and call it solved, because an ill-fitting one can sometimes do more harm than good, and a dentist needs to look at why you are grinding. That is a see your dentist, not a store purchase. And that brings me to number 4, the one I flagged at the very start, the responsible feeling habit that is truly backwards. Brushing harder, brushing longer, and doing it with a worn-out brush. So many people, when they worry about their teeth, do the natural thing. They press harder, they scrub longer, they really go at it, certain that more effort means cleaner teeth. It does not. The soft, sticky bacteria we are removing come off with the gentlest touch. All that extra force does is wear notches into your teeth at the gum line and drive your gums into retreat, exposing the softer root that then aches and decays. Here is a simple test. Hold your brush the way you would hold a pencil, in your fingertips, not gripped in your fist. If you cannot brush in that light pencil grip, you are pushing far too hard. And look at your brush. If the bristles are splayed out and bent flat, that is not a cheap brush. That is your own hand telling you that you scrub. A soft brush, used gently for 2 minutes, replaced every 3 months before the bristles give out, cleans better than a firm brush ground down to a fan ever could. Gentle beats fierce every time in the mouth. Take a breath here, because I am halfway through and I do not want you feeling scolded. Let me put a face on it, because this next part is why I am gentle about all of this. I think of a man I will call Vernon, a retired fellow, proud of how well he looked after himself, who came in genuinely upset because his teeth were getting sensitive and worn and he could not understand it since he was so careful. We talked it through, and Vernon was doing 3 of these 7 at once. He rinsed hard after brushing, washing off all his fluoride. He brushed right after his morning grapefruit, sanding softened enamel, and he did it with a firm brush he pressed like he was scrubbing a skillet. Every one of those came from trying hard, not from neglect. He was not careless. He was careful in the wrong directions, because nobody had ever told him. We changed those 3 small things, and a year later the sensitivity had settled and the wear had stopped getting worse. Same careful man. 3 tiny corrections. That is the whole spirit of today. Now, number 5, and this one surprises everybody because it happens while you are asleep and you cannot feel it. Sleeping with your mouth open, breathing through your mouth all night. A great many people do this, especially as we get older, from a stuffy nose, from allergies, from snoring, from sleep troubles, and here is what it does to your teeth. All night long, that open mouth breathing dries your mouth out completely, and this matters more than almost anything, because at night your body already makes far less saliva than in the daytime. Saliva is your mouth's natural defense, washing away acid and bacteria and carrying minerals back to your teeth. Dry that up for 8 hours every night and the acid sits, the bacteria multiply, and decay races ahead, which is exactly why some people get cavities and morning breath, no matter how well they brush. Signs of this are a mouth that is bone dry when you wake, a dry or sore throat in the mornings, or a bed partner who tells you that you snore with your mouth open. The fix depends on the cause, so this is one to raise with your doctor as much as your dentist, but simple things help. Keeping a glass of Causin Nor, Causin Cod or Causin Say, causing humidifier in a dry bedroom, treating the stuffy nose so you can breathe through it, and if you snore heavily, please do get that looked at, because it can be a real sleep problem worth solving for your whole body, not just your teeth. Number 6 is about a good habit done in a harmful way. Snapping your floss down hard between your teeth. Now, I am always glad when someone flosses. It is one of the best things you can do. But a lot of people do it with a kind of vigorous sawing, forcing the floss down and letting it snap hard against the gum. And over the years, that repeated snapping can actually cut little grooves in the gum and drive it to recede, the very thing you are trying to prevent. The right way is gentler and quieter. Ease the floss down between the teeth and then curve it into a soft C shape, hugging the side of one tooth, and slide it gently up and down against that surface. Then curve it the other way for the neighboring tooth. You are wiping the side of each tooth, not sawing a log. And if your hands are not what they used to be, and for so many of us they are not, the little interdental brushes on a handle or a water flosser do the same job far more kindly. Gentle and curved, not hard and straight. That is the whole of it. And number 7, the one that undoes an entire day of good care in a single evening, the bedtime skip, falling asleep in the chair in front of the television and going to bed without brushing. Or worse, having a bedtime snack or a nightcap or a mug of cocoa and then going straight to sleep on top of it. Here is why nighttime is the most important brushing of the whole day and the worst one to miss. Remember, your saliva nearly shuts off while you sleep, so whatever is on your teeth when your head hits the pillow, the sugar, the food, the plaque, sits there undisturbed and unwashed for the entire night, feeding the bacteria for 8 uninterrupted hours. A snack eaten at 9 and slept on does far more harm than the same snack eaten at noon, so the rule is simple. The last thing to pass your lips at night should be your toothbrush, not a cookie. Brush right before bed every night, without fail, and after that, nothing but plain water. If you do only one thing perfectly in your whole routine, make it the bedtime brush. Now let me take the shame off you, because this list can feel like a scolding, and I truly do not mean it as one. Nearly every one of these habits comes from trying to do right, or from the way the modern world has us living. For almost all of human history, people did not brush at all, and they did not need to, because they were not eating soft, sugary, acidic food all day, and they were not clenching over screens and traffic and worry the way we do now. The habits that hurt your teeth are mostly modern habits, born of a modern life your mouth was never built for. That is not a character flaw. It is just the water we all swim in now, and it means we have to correct on purpose for things our grandparents never faced. Here are my 2 honest beats, because that honesty is the whole reason to trust me. First, about that fresh, clean feeling after you rinse. I know that spitting and walking away without rinsing feels wrong, unfinished, less clean. It is not. The clean feeling from rinsing is costing you the protection. You will get used to the new way in a week, and your teeth will be better for it. And second, please do not think a mouthwash can replace the cleaning between your teeth. I meet people who have swapped flossing for swishing a rinse, believing it is the same. It is not. A rinse cannot physically remove the plaque wedged between your teeth where the trouble starts, any more than a splash of water cleans a dirty pan. The mechanical cleaning has to happen. There is no bottle that does it for you. A quick, plain word on cost and care, because it matters to so many of you on a fixed income, and dental work is not covered by Medicare, so the bills land hard. Here is the quiet truth. Every one of these habits, left alone, eventually shows up as expensive work. A worn tooth that needs a crown, a receded gum, a cracked molar, a cavity from the dry nights. The corporate office is happy enough to fix all of that when it finally arrives. The dentist you want is the one who catches the habit early and helps you change it now for free, so the drilling never becomes necessary. So at your next visit, you are allowed to ask something simple. Would you watch me brush for a moment and tell me if I am doing anything that is wearing my teeth? A good dentist will be glad to, and that one question can save you a fortune. So let us bring it home, all 7 in a breath. Spit, do not rinse, and keep your fluoride working. Brush before breakfast or wait a half hour after. Notice your jaw and stop the clenching, and ask about a night guard if you grind. Go gentle, soft brush, pencil grip, and replace it before it splays. Fix the open mouth breathing that dries you out all night. Floss softly in a C shape, no hard snapping, and never ever skip the bedtime brush. Not one of those costs you a dime. They are just 7 small corrections to things you already do, and together they are the difference between wearing your teeth down and keeping them strong. And keep seeing your own dentist for the part you cannot see, because they catch the early wear while it is still cheap and easy to stop. Next time, I am going to open up the whitening strips and the kits at the drugstore and tell you honestly which ones can hurt your gums, why they often will not fix the yellowing you are worried about, and the safe, gentle way to actually brighten your teeth. It is the natural next step after today. So take care of those teeth and be gentle and patient with yourself about them. Remember, they are the only set you get, and you are never too old to start saving them. I am Dr. Warren Hale. I will see you next time.